Tanner went evil
How did you know?
without telling us.
I don't like British spellings of things. Or names in general.
British names or names of things?
Names of things. I actually like Victorian names.
Okay. Like Victoria.
Yeah, and Victor. And Valentine. That's one of my favorite boys' names. No one
Vincent
is named Valentine anymore, and it's such a cool name.
Well, because St. Valentine's Day. That's like cursing your child to have a horrible romantic life.
Or an amazing romantic life.
Yeah,
Like
cursing them
one.
to have an amazing romantic life.
I just said or not one. Because they'll hate St. Valentine's Day for no reason.
Like me.
We'll just call it Chocolate Day.
I never liked Valentine's Day because it was too close to my birthday. And I don't like my birthday being overshadowed. So I just don't do anything for Valentine's Day. Except receive candy. And I don't even do that anymore. So I don't celebrate it.
People aren't forced to give everyone in the class candy anymore.
That was the greatest.
Haley still owes me cookies from last year's Valentine's Day.
I have to make them with her so I can put in salt. Switch out the sugar and salt values. I said values.
Quickly
Computers
remove
are
the
fun.
host bag the parasite bag from the host bag.
Quite it.
They spelled tire with a Y too.
What?
They spelled tire Tyre. What the heck, Britain?
So the parasite and host bag.
We don't get to know.
Oh, they don't? Okay.
I don't care.
Okay. That was me. And I was talking about... I didn't plan on saying that. I was just talking. And I had one of those plastic bags full of plastic bags that you do. And I was getting one out, and I commented on how hard it was to get these out without tearing the host bag.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. It's so hard to get this organ out without tearing this host bag. That's how surgeons see it. Stupid host bag.
That's how I said it without thinking. That's just how we talk.
I just want to hear a surgeon stupid.
Well, first we have to remove this from the host bag, and then we can place
Just a meat bag.
the pig's organs inside of it to prevent leakage. That's how surgeons go shopping.
We sound like the freaking Verge. Or
The what?
Isn't it called like The Verge or something?
I don't know.
From Young Justice?
What thing?
The aliens?
The Reach?
The Reach. That's right. They
The
don't have a word
Verge.
for aliens, they just have meat.
Well, it's more of an insult because they don't have the carapace. Since they're bug people.
Darn bug.
Anyways.
Bug
So-
people are creepy. What are you saying?
So
What
what
we're
we're doing on part 2 is, so Paris and I, we each made a list for the other of 4.
A short list because I tried to do it and then I didn't get to do it because I didn't get around to it because I was reading Order of the Stick.
Yeah, so we just have 4 each, and so
I'm going to say one, and then these two are going to talk about what kind of story it is for my 4, and then Tanner is going to use his 4 for us two to...
I wasn't supposed to be here, and that's why I don't have any.
Well, he wasn't planned to be here because he doesn't participate.
I participate plenty.
only
Not in
because,
planning.
Only because you sit around in here and play video games all day.
It's because he's here anyway.
Yeah.
No, it's because I love Terry.
Oh, that's true.
I have a love-hate
Not you,
relationship
Terry.
with you.
It's a different Terry.
I don't know any other Terrys.
We should
I
have a
don't know any
love
Terrys.
triangle with
Quest
the
Heroes.
internet. That'll get us views through the roof.
Dragon Quest Heroes.
Huh?
Dragon Quest Heroes.
Oh yeah. Terry is amazing.
See? Not you. Well,
'Cause-
I guess apparently he was
so
talking about
if we have
I
if
just
we
called
have
him
a
Link,
love
though.
triangle with the internet, then it's not actually a love triangle. It's a love engon.
Okay,
Tanner, I hate you. Do you know what an engon is, Paris?
kind of.
N is the variable standing for the number of sides.
It's unknown because I don't know how many people are on the internet, and it's
It
potentially
fluctuates.
infinite. So, engon. A love engon. That is what we have here on Box Random Podcast. Nowhere else on the internet will you find a love engon.
Or a love pentagram.
It's gonna happen.
So, if anybody's joining in on part 2 for some reason, if you want to get some more background on that love pentagram, don't worry, we're not sadists.
It's gonna happen. Love pentagrams. It's a thing.
The
Head
love
on over
pentagrams, not the
to-
sadism.
Head on over to part 1 where we talk about that.
After you're done with this.
Yeah,
No,
or
probably
just
before.
like right now.
Why are you listening
either
to
or.
part 2 if you haven't listened to part 1?
Yeah, that's so weird.
Why do people do that? I don't understand that.
It's just
It's
it
just,
was
like,
this one's on
preference,
top.
like, yeah, that, and if they look at the descriptions, they're like, oh, that doesn't really interest me, and then they hear us talking about referencing part 1 in this episode,
Love
and they're
pentagram.
like, what the crap? I want to know!
So did you
Did
actually?
you just make a whale noise?
Ah!
So majestic.
So did you ever? What were you guys talking about with your love pentagon?
Oh, so
Was that just an actual love pentagon or something silly?
So, it was just something silly. I was talking with my friend Michael, not a Michael that anybody here knows, I don't think.
Don't
Uh,
point
no.
that out. When you're telling a story that other people are listening to, you don't have to specify who person is and if we have a relationship with that person. Just go.
Okay, so I'll
For
cut-
future reference.
Okay, so I'll probably cut out all this, but, so.
I love you.
So I
Don't
was
cut
talking-
it out. It's awkward.
I'm awkward.
So,
Because
I
you said
was
you're
talking
awkward.
with Michael and
Michael.
a couple other people in my group, and we were saying
In your
that
group.
we should pretend to be in a love pentagon. Like, we would
I
have
keep
two
expecting
girls.
you to say pentagram.
We would have two girls, and it would be an upside down regular pentagon. So there would be two girls at the top, and then the three guys at the bottom, and we'd be like trying to compete for their love, and then there would be like this whole thing where one of them chooses one guy, and then it would switch over to a love triangle, and then the other two guys fight to the death over this last girl, and then the other girl is like, I don't like either of you, and they just killed the other one for nothing.
Because it's like,
And then we'd write a book about it.
well, obsession to that point where you kill someone usually isn't healthy in a relationship. So, good for that
Obsession is always good for you. Just ask drug addicts.
I
girl.
should
And Miko
really
Miyazaki.
I'm sorry.
I should
I'm a
reevaluate
mean
my
person.
friendships.
Miko Miyazaki will vouch for obsession. And then not, depending on where you are in
So-
the story.
Alright, let's get to our activity.
Okay, for Tanner and Avery, your first title is Bright Shadows.
So, my first thought with that is there's this world where everybody's shadows are white. I don't know.
Or
That's it.
No, they're like wizards. They're like a type of wizard, and
Or, no!
they're wizards, and they have white shadows.
But only the wizards have white shadows?
Yeah, and they can control the shadows and like form them into like weapons and stuff.
And they interact with other people.
Hey, you're not part of this!
Fine! Other people's shadows.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. And then they like stab other people.
But, so, like, well,
Their
what-
shadows move independently of them depending on what they're doing with them, and as they interact with other shadows, the things connected to those shadows are also moved.
So it's like
I'm getting glares now.
it's like the Shadow Eaters from Jackie Chan.
the Shadow
Clan.
Ninjas?
No, Do you remember
Shadow
those
Eaters.
guys that would eat?
I don't remember the
They would
Shadow Eaters.
They were some of the Shadow Clan people. They were the ones, and so what they did is they would eat parts of people's shadows.
Oh, I remember
would,
that.
that
Those
would,
little leech things.
and those would like take away
Okay.
their yang.
It happened
and so
to
then they would
Toru.
then they would lose
Toru.
consciousness until you got it back from the shadow.
Eater thingy.
Okay, I remember that now.
Yeah.
Sorry for saying things. Was there anything else for that one?
So.
Who would be the bad guys in that?
So the shadows would dictate like the color of your shadow. Like maybe it's only wizards have shadows in general. So the people with the white shadows are the good wizards, good in quotes. Just depending on how they use their magic, like the light side of the Force and the dark side of the Force, there are great Jedis that are total awesomeness.
Yeah.
It's just dark side is more volatile.
Yeah, so then there are the people with the black shadows, and the black shadows are like these really weird things that glow, hence the bright shadow. And this organization of them is building up steam, and like, so when you first start the book, you think that the bright shadow is referring to the good wizards. But in reality, it's the bright shadow from the dark wizards that's actually like a shadow, like the dark shadow that's bright, that's just creeping over the land.
Oh, and the main character, he'll go like just something will happen in the books, like something adrenaline moment, and he'll go like Super Saiyan, and he'll have a rainbow shadow.
Maybe not rainbow shadow, but maybe he'll lose his shadow and still have his magical abilities.
Or maybe.
And he'll be invincible.
Or maybe he'll
because...
never have or maybe he'll just be one of the people that doesn't have a shadow, and he'll be like Van Helsing style hunting down all the wizards.
And the wizard...
I know! Don't worry, I have to go through the same pain in just a minute.
The wizards interact through other shadows, and he doesn't have a shadow.
Ooh.
Oh, so he's like immune to the wizards.
Yeah, so they can't affect... He doesn't have any magic, but their magic doesn't work against him.
And he's like the only person that's figured this out. Or maybe that normal people do have shadows, and he's just the exception that he doesn't have a shadow. That would be a really cool book. We'll see if we can develop that and maybe release it. So I think that's everything for that one. If you need a recap, go listen to it again. Next one.
I believe in you.
Here's Tanner's first one. Prince of Downfell. So this one...
Downfell sounds like a marsh.
It kind of does.
Sounds like it's from Morrowind.
Well, I was kind of thinking like Warcraft fell. Like demons.
Oh.
So the prince of the swampy area with the will-o-wisps and all these secret kind of...
It's just one of the hyper magical zones?
Yeah. And so the prince of the Downfell finds cracks in the marsh, and there's things coming out of the cracks and start spreading their influence over the area.
And he uses a gun.
Okay, and
I don't know why.
a gun.
I don't know why that just seems like it. And the things that are coming out. What should they do?
This one's a weird title.
Prince of Downfell.
I'm good at weird names.
What if they were like, they were shadow people, like the Shadow Man on Princess and the Frog, and
I like Shadow Man.
Yeah, he was a interesting villain, and they are pulling souls down. They're taking advantage of this area and how close it is to their realm to rip souls out of anyone who happens to wander by. And
or what if they were like monsters that had control over gravity? Well, not like they could change the direction of it, but they could intensify or weaken it.
I don't know.
No, that wouldn't work quite. That would be cool though.
I'm not getting a lot for this one. You guys want to move on?
I just thought it was a cool name.
It kind of is, yeah. Just, I'm not thinking of anything for it right now.
Prince of Downfell. What if...
Could be about... it could be a kid's book. Just like a picture book. And the Prince of Down is this... it's a hatchling bird. And he's got all his down. And so it's about... He fell down the stairs. And he's learning to deal with pain. And that's the story. The moral is that you can deal with pain and keep going.
That's actually really cute.
Oh, make it when the Prince of Down fell.
Oh, gosh.
That's adorable.
Talking about ripping souls out of people. And then what if this baby bird fell down the stairs and he learned to deal with pain?
And the shadow demons are bird people. What if they were two books that happened in the same world? And there's the Prince of Downfell, and it's like super dark and creepy.
It shows the bright and dark sides of this world, where not everywhere is dangerous. It's still a vast world with good and bad places, but it's got intense danger that threatens the entire world, but people's lives still continue because they don't know about it.
That's adorable.
Philosophy. Disguised
it's like World
in
War
a
Z.
picture book.
I have to read that for English.
Huh. Neat. Alright,
I have
so
the best English teacher.
is that all for that one?
I think so.
Yes?
Yes.
Alright, so the next one that Paris wrote down is Duskwind. Paris is a lot better at epic titles.
I thought it said like Durin's Wind because I was looking at it from the wrong angle.
Like Lord of the Rings. Durin's Day.
But, so Duskwind. Well, maybe this is like the same world. Like Downfell is the dark side. When the Prince of Down fell is the bright side, and like Duskwind is like that band in the middle.
Or
Like,
it's about like it takes place in like it takes place in like Arabian Nights style desert area.
Okay.
And someone gets the sands of time, and so he can change the time of day by throwing them to the wind. But then everyone else gets the sands of time. So the world's time is chaotic, and then like order, like embodiments of order get ticked at them because they're just like throwing
Dr.
around
Fate
time.
comes down and
Knock it off!
Dial goes over here, guys. You can't do that.
Oh, what's his name on Danny Phantom?
Clockwork.
Clockwork. Yeah, Clockwork just appears. Knock it off.
he was a cool character.
I love Clockwork, but well, Duskwind sounds to me more like a civilization than an action, or
It
a
does.
circumstance. Like, so the people of Duskwind.
The way you were saying it, it was kind of like White Sands, or what's the Brandon Sanderson?
Yeah, White Sand.
Okay, White Sand, where half the world is day, half the world is night, all the time, and Duskwind is the band where it's in the middle.
And so this is like a colony of those
The
nomadic
undesirables.
type thieves.
Just the ones who
I
are
really
like,
like
screw
books.
that!
I really like books that are like around thieves, like 40 Thieves. I really...
And so then it could be like the main character is like the most promising thief, but then they...
And then he steals the wind.
Ooh.
So...
Or no, somebody else steals the wind and he has to figure out how to steal it back. And it just becomes like this constant war of stealing people, stealing the sun, stealing just like everything about the world. Their entire magic system revolves around thievery. And so if you're good enough at it, you can start stealing aspects of reality. And so he has this war between this unknown entity, and they just have to steal different pieces of reality to try to thwart the other one, and have while trying to steal the pieces of reality that they need back from each other.
And Duskwind is a port city, so all their trade comes from ships. So if they don't get the wind back, not only will the light and dark areas, because Duskwind is a strip of land in the ocean that separates the light and the dark, and if the wind doesn't move properly, the trade stops, and Duskwind dies.
And I think it'd be really cool if someone figured out that you could steal flight from birds.
Just have bald eagles walking around.
Well, not like in individual birds, and there were people that would like breed chickens, and they would steal their like minimal capability to flight, but then they would steal a bunch of chickens' ability to fly.
And farmers clip their wings anyways.
Alright, is that all for that one?
I like that one. I like all of these.
Yeah, I like these.
Okay, Tanner's second. Knife's soul. Like a kitchen knife and an apostrophe S and then soul. The soul of a kitchen knife. Except not a kitchen knife.
Well,
so this
maybe
could be...
not a kitchen knife. You can make it a kitchen knife.
This could be another one that revolves around thieves and thievery. And...
Maybe this is the other person's story.
No.
Like, which other
like
person?
The bad guy, the unknown entity stealing the other pieces of reality.
No, I feel like this is a different story.
Probably.
Knife's soul. It could be another kid's book. But it doesn't quite sound like a kid's book about kitchen utensils.
Use me properly or my edge will dull.
Make sure you keep a blood circle.
It could be like a poison knife. And this knife has been used to kill so many people and poisoned so many times that little bits of souls have been stuck to it. Just gradually, because it's an heirloom item for this thieving clan, assassin
Yeah,
peoples.
assassins. It's like the top knife of the assassins.
It's this sacred blade used to kill people.
And then
the
error.
What?
And then I want the error guy, like, next in line for, like, head of the clan.
Oh, I thought you said error.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I pronounce it like that, and it sounds the same to me.
The heir.
Next in line for the clan, he takes the knife, and the knife is like, stop killing people.
Well, I was thinking that the knife, with all the murder and poison, it not only becomes cursed that it's always poisoned, but it becomes a dark influence over people. It could be that, or like you were saying, it makes them
what if it was
disgusted by the thought of actually taking a life.
What if it was both?
It could be both. So they were compelled to kill, but
it was absolutely torture for them.
Torturous for them to do it, and it just drove them insane.
And then the main character already...
Okay, so that happened at one time, and the one using the knife killed a whole bunch of people in the clan, and it's very small now, and they locked away the knife because it's incredibly dangerous, and touching it makes you go mad.
But what if the main character had a disorder where he loved death, but he didn't like killing people?
I'm not sure if that's a disorder as much as it is a skew point of or a skew point on reality.
He's like just naturally insane, and then he gets the knife and it balances. But then he loses the knife and goes insane again. No, I'm disrespectful at this point. But
so it's about this guy who can't. What you were saying is he.
I don't think that'll work.
Probably not.
Okay, so the knife.
It could be about this guy who managed to take the greatest treasure of these people because they locked it away and had so much security and time and money invested into keeping it away from people. But this guy thought it was because it was valuable, not because it was dangerous. So he sneaks in and he gets the knife and goes completely mad, but he retains sentience and intelligence. He retains his intellect, and so he just goes around destabilizing society, starting wars and conflicts, and it's
that's
about
the loophole. He can't.
he can't directly kill people, but he loves when people die.
Mm-hmm.
And because he retained his intelligence, he goes around and kills only a few people, key figures, and just watches the chaos. And the main character has to find a way to stop his rule from the shadows.
And then the main character. What would the main character do? I think he needs something special.
He could be part of this clan, and they remember when the guy got the knife, and he killed a bunch of people, and then was like, this hurts. I'm gonna just get other people to kill him. And he saw that, and he knows that all this chaos that started immediately after he got the knife is because of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so they go on this journey and do all this stuff to stop him.
I was thinking some like magical power, but it could also be really cool if he didn't.
Yeah, just using political manipulation and know-how.
That'd be funny if it was just a noble, like, total blue blood guy, and he's the only one that realized that the knife is the reason for this.
Okay, we are coming up on another half hour, so
looks like we're gonna have a part 3.
That's exactly half of our titles. So if this goes as this one did, we'll finish up in another half hour.
If you're liking what you're hearing,
see you there. And even if you're not.
And even if you're not, please go on over to iTunes, SoundCloud, or Stitcher Radio, wherever you're listening. Leave us a rating and a review. It helps us out a lot. So if you like what we're doing here, and you want more people to hear, and you want to support us, then just leave a rating and a review, and we'll do the rest. Thank you.
Or will we? Yes.